much to all three of you. It's amazing those pieces. I like that Tim, we were talking about finding those associations and finding those connections. That's very powerful. And everyone, that focus on resilience and creativity in communities is pretty incredible as well. And Carol, that taking action. I mean, I think that's kind of what today is about. And you've all challenges to figure out how are we going to take some action around that. So before we actually get into that taking action, we have a few minutes for, I'd like to see if anyone from the audience has questions for our panels, not experts, but participants, collaborators. Leah has a wireless mic here. If she could hand that around. Where did Leah go? Okay, maybe you can just speak loud now.
I don't think I need a mic now.
Oh, sorry, here, the mic just coming here. At least with the mic, people on the watching screen here.
And
hello? Yeah.
And I apologize, it's not a question, but in each of the presentations of the presenters, I found myself thinking of one particular sentence that I have read recently in a new book. The book is by Kevin Kelly. Some of you may know that name, who founded Wired magazine and a number of other things. But it's really interesting. The first chapter tells of how he got there, which was by backpacking and cycling around Southeast Asia for a long time, then moving to the Bay Area, never really having any possessions, and becoming a writer, getting involved in the Well, which was a very early social community on the web, if you will, and so on. But the point that I wanted to offer is there's a phrase in that where he has said that his aspiration today is to minimize the presence of technology in his life. And what he means, there's a nuance to that, which means use the technology that allows him to do what he wants to do the best ways. And there's some very increasingly sophisticated and easy to use tools coming along out of the social web. But at the same time, maximize the presence of technology in other people's lives, by which he means the impacts of that in terms of connecting, creating community, motivating. A lot of you may know that the not-for-profit world is a relative leader in the use of Web 2.0 and the social web in terms of creating various kinds of initiatives. I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of them around the web. And so it's an interesting perspective to minimize the presence, because we all have this deluge of, the opiate that Bill referred to, or the constraints that Carol referred to, for example. So we all have paths towards that. And it's a really interesting perspective to minimize the presence in our own lives, maximize the presence and impact out there. I just wanted to add that.
Any other questions from our audience? Okay. Maybe everybody's like saving all of our energy for the session. So I wanted to thank some beautiful speaker gifts here, courtesy of Fearware, who also is ethically sourced for responsible promotional materials, and Leah, who keeps us appearing, has graciously given these. So I want to thank you very much. Thank you very much for your speakers. And one of the things I wanted to do now was, so to turn it back to you, I mean, one of the things that sort of a common